In a world of billion-dollar decisions, private jets, and power couples, one woman flipped the script and walked away with everything. Lauren Sanchez. She wasn't just another Hollywood face. She was the woman who broke Jeff Bezos, who dismantled a 25-year marriage, who turned her own family into currency. And in the end, she walked away with the crown. This is not a love story. This is a calculated rise, masked as romance and built on betrayal. Let's dive into the real Lauren Sanchez and the empire she shattered to build her own. Lauren didn't grow up with power. She didn't have yachts or private chefs or elite boarding schools. She had struggle. She was a kid from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Her parents split when she was 7. She watched her mother clean houses while she slept in the back seat of a car. But she watched carefully, and she remembered what she saw. Rich people, big houses, endless luxury. Lauren didn't dream like a child. She plotted like a general. She knew what she wanted, and she went after it. Her rise began with strategic relationships. First came NFL superstar Tony Gonzalez. She had a child with him, Nico, but it wasn't just about romance. It was her ticket into the inner circle of celebrity life. Then, she married Patrick Whitesell, one of the most powerful agents in Hollywood. That marriage opened every door. It gave her access, influence, production opportunities, and, eventually, proximity to Jeff Bezos. But even before Bezos, Lauren was building. She became a helicopter pilot. She started her own aerial production company, Black Ops Aviation. To outsiders, it looked empowering. But insiders say it was brilliant positioning. You see, her company did filming for Blue Origin, Bezos' space company. That's how she entered his orbit. Officially, it was just business. Her company was hired to shoot promotional content. But those helicopter flights, they weren't just for footage. And those meetings, they weren't just professional. Bit by bit, Lauren inched closer to the world's richest man. Bezos was married. So was she. But ambition has no boundaries. They started meeting secretly, traveling across states together. Romantic getaways disguised as work trips. And while this covert relationship was building, something even darker was brewing in the background, inside her own family. Her brother, Michael Sanchez, a Hollywood agent with political ties, started gathering evidence, private texts, photos, conversations. He didn't hack into anything. He simply had access because Lauren trusted him, and he sold her out. For $200,000, Michael handed the National Enquirer everything they needed to blow the affair wide open. The most powerful man in tech. Exposed. Jeff Bezos, the same man who built Amazon, who championed digital security, sent Lauren emotional texts and explicit selfies, and they all went public. It wasn't just a tabloid scandal. It was a PR meltdown. Bezos' image shattered. His marriage collapsed. Lauren's husband filed for divorce. And just like that, 2 families were in flames, and the media couldn't look away. Jeff's divorce cost him $38 billion. That's not a typo. It's the biggest divorce settlement in human history. And it was paid to the woman who stood by him for decades, Mackenzie Scott. Mackenzie had helped build Amazon from day one. She was there when it was nothing more than boxes in a garage. She had 4 kids with Jeff. She supported him through everything. And then he left her for Lauren. But Mackenzie didn't play the victim. She walked away quietly, gracefully. She took her billions and transformed herself into the most powerful philanthropist in modern history. She gave away more than $19 billion in just 6 years. No interviews, no revenge tour, just results. Meanwhile, Lauren leaned into the chaos. She didn't hide. She adapted. She positioned herself not as the other woman, but as the new leading lady. She stayed by Bezos' side. She stepped into the spotlight. She got a space seat on a Blue Origin mission, a flight that was hailed as female empowerment, but many saw it for what it really was, branding. And what about her brother? Michael was immediately shut out. He lost his clients. His Hollywood connections dried up, and his own sister cut all ties. The betrayal was permanent. He would later claim that he leaked the messages to protect her, but the damage was done. The industry saw him as a traitor. But while her brother's career crumbled, Lauren's only rose. She rebranded, she published a book, she flew to space. She became a figure of fascination. Whether people admired her, feared her, or hated her. And when Bezos finally married her in a $50 million wedding in Venice, it was clear Lauren Sanchez had won. But let's be honest, what did she win? She built an empire on broken homes. She became a mother of three with three different fathers, navigating public scrutiny, scandal, and a media machine that dissected her every move. She built an empire on broken homes. She became a mother of three with three different fathers, navigating public scrutiny, scandal, and a media machine that dissected her every move. Some people say she was just in love, that it wasn't manipulation, that she and Bezos were meant to be. But others ask the harder questions. Was it a coincidence that she pivoted from sports stars to Hollywood elites to billionaires? Was it accidental that every relationship brought her closer to money, power, and status? Was it really love, or was it leverage? Even the way she chose to become a pilot, something she attributes to her father's inspiration, became a tool. Flying was a branding move. Her company positioned her next to powerful men who needed exclusive aerial filming, like Bezos. That's not just a career, that's calculation. And it worked. She is now one of the most recognizable women in America. She's not just Bezos' wife, she's a public figure, a pilot, a producer, a symbol. But symbols come with shadows. Behind every spotlight is a question. How much ambition is too much? She lost her brother. She traded privacy for fame. She became a character in a scandal that rocked the richest man on earth. And still, she kept moving forward. Critics say she played every angle. They call her cold, manipulative, strategic. They say she didn't just break Jeff Bezos, she rewired his world. And they might be right. Because in the end, Lauren Sanchez didn't just gain a husband, she gained an empire. She went from sleeping in cars to flying rockets. She burned bridges, and she built skyscrapers from the ashes. And the craziest part, she might not be done. So what's next? Will she write a memoir, launch a media empire, become a political figure? If history has taught us anything, it's this. Lauren Sanchez doesn't stop. She doesn't back down. She doesn't fade quietly. She conquers. Love her or hate her, Lauren played the game harder than anyone else. She didn't just climb the ladder, she broke it and made everyone below watch. She broke Bezos, she sold her family, and she took the money. And she's just getting started. But for every empire built on ambition, there's always a hidden cost. Behind Lauren Sanchez's glamorous Instagram posts and billionaire lifestyle lies a trail of destruction few dare to examine. Her ex-husband, Patrick Whitesell, the man who introduced her to Bezos, reportedly felt blindsided. Sources close to him say he had no idea how deep the relationship had become until it was splashed across tabloids. He was left to pick up the pieces while Lauren pivoted effortlessly into the next chapter of her life. Even her children, born into different chapters of her love life, have grown up in the spotlight. They've been pictured at red carpets, flying in helicopters, attending Bezos-led charity events. But what is it like to grow up knowing your mother's most intimate decisions shaped global headlines? Some say Lauren is empowering, that she took control of her narrative in a world built to favor men. They call her bold, fearless, even revolutionary.